students, welcome to the chapter index number. So in previous session we have discussed what are the limitations or demerits of index number, and also we have discussed what are the types of index numbers we have. We have three types of index numbers: price index numbers, quantity index numbers, and value index number. Okay, so in today's session we are going to see how to construct the price index numbers. For that we have some of the steps, so we are going to discuss in detail. So steps in the construction of index numbers. So while constructing the index numbers, points to be remembered. So these points are very important. The first step is defining the purpose of the index numbers. The second step is selection of base period. Third one is selection of commodities or items. Fourth step, obtaining price quotations. Fifth one, choice of an average. Sixth one, selection of weights. Seventh one, selection of suitable formula. So before constructing the index number, we have to follow these steps. So these steps are very important. So in brief, I will explain one by one. See, the first step is defining the purpose of the index number, because purpose is very important. Before going to construct the index number, you have to decide the purpose, whether you are to finding the price index of wholesale price index number, retail price index number, or it may be you are finding the consumer price index number. So after deciding the purpose, second step is selection of base period. To compare the prices, we have to choose one base period. For example, consider 2020 is a current period. For comparison purpose, we have to select the base period, that is 2019. So 2019 is a base period. So after choosing the base period, third step is selection of commodities or items. Suppose of our purpose is we have to find the wholesale price index number. Based on the purpose, you have to choose the items. So items depend on your purpose. So after choosing the items, fourth step is obtaining price quotations. Okay, so our purpose is we are finding the wholesale price index number. Based on the item, you have to choose the price quotations. Okay, price quotations means it is contain the list of prices. So after choosing the price quotations, fifth step is choice of an average, because you have to collect the price quotations from different places and from different shops. So after collecting the price quotations, you have to find the take the average of that. So that average you have to use in the construction of index number. So after choosing the average, sixth step is selection of weights. So weights is nothing but quantities. Okay, based on the relative importance of the items, you have to attach the weights to the items. So after choosing the weights, the last step is selection of suitable formula. Based on the availability of data, we choose the one formula to find the index number. So let us discuss one by one in detail. Defining the purpose of the index number. The first step in the construction of index number is to define clearly the purpose for which the index number is required, as different index numbers are useful for different purposes. A clear definition of purpose will help in the selection of an appropriate index number. Once the purpose of the index is known, it helps in selection of items, average, weights, etc. See, while constructing the index number, the first step is clearly how to define the purpose of the index number, whether you are finding the wholesale price index number or retail price index number or consumer price index number. So based, if purpose is clear, then we have to select the selection of items and average, weights, etc. So the first step is you have to define clearly the purpose of the index number. The second step is selection of base period. Second one is after purpose is decided, selection of base period. Index numbers are always constructed with reference to some period known as base period. The index number for base period is always taken as 100. The period may be a year or a month or a day. So while constructing the base period, following points are to be considered. The first point is base period should be economically stable. The second one is the base period should not be too distant from the current period. Third one is depending on the situation, the base period is fixed base or chain base. See, if once the purpose is cleared, suppose if we are finding the price index of wholesale price index number, for comparison purpose we have to choose one base period. For example, consider 2020 is current period. For comparison purpose we have to choose one base period. Consider 2019. So 2019 is considered as base period. So when you are choosing the base period, you have to consider the following points. The first point is base period should be economically stable. Suppose if you are choosing the base period as 2019, that year should be economically stable. So economically stable means in that year there should not be any abnormal activities. So abnormalities like it may be wars, floods, earthquake or tsunami. If such base period is chosen, the comparison will not give a correct picture. So that's why when you are choosing the base period, so that year or that period should be economically stable. And the second point is the base period should not be too distant from the current period. If we are choosing, if 2020 is a current period, if you are choosing 2090 as a base period, it's okay. But suppose for comparison purpose, here 2020 is a current period. For that comparison purpose, if we choose 2008, okay, so 2008 is too far from current period. If we choose 2008, so what will happen? The consumption pattern of the people may change with time, so we will not get correct picture of comparison. So that's why when you are choosing the base period should not be too distant from the current period. And the third one is depending on the data or the situation, the base period is fixed base or chain base, you have to choose. The third step is selection of commodities or items. So once the base period is decided, the third step is selection of commodities or items. Selection of commodities basically depends on the purpose of the survey. Selection of the commodities must be made in such a way that it represents the real habits, tastes and customs of the people for whom the index is meant. Okay. See, for example, consider here, suppose if we want to construct consumer price index number for the rich class people, then we will have to select items which are most commonly used by them, like costly vehicles, branded clothes, etc. we have to choose. Suppose if we are choosing, our purpose is wholesale price index number, so our items depends on the wholesale market, so we have to choose the wholesale items. That items will be transacted in the wholesale market, so that items we have to choose. So based on the purpose, our selection of commodities depends on the purpose of the survey. So now we have selected the items. Okay. The fourth step is obtaining price quotations. After the commodities are selected, we have to obtain price quotations for each commodity. We know that the prices of many commodities vary from place to place and even from shop to shop in the same market. Thus, price quotations are to be obtained from different places, different agencies at regular intervals of time and then averaged and used in the construction of index numbers. See, after selecting the items, the first step is obtaining price quotations. So, commodities, after commodities are selected, you have to obtain price quotations for each commodity. See, suppose if we are finding the wholesale price index numbers, suppose we are choose wholesale price of rice. So, we are finding the price index number of wholesale price index number of rice. To obtain the price quotations, when you are collecting the price quotations, see, prices are different from place to place and also even from shop to shop. The wholesale price of rice in Hubli is different and the wholesale price of rice in Bangalore is different. Also, even from shop to shop, the prices are different. For that purpose, so what we'll do while selecting the price quotations, we are select the price quotations from different places. Okay, in Hubli also we'll select one price quotation, and in Gadag also we'll select one price quotations. After collecting, we have to collect the price quotations from different places. Also in different agencies, also we have to collect the price quotations. So after collecting them, we have to average it. Okay, after collecting all the price quotations, we have to find the average of that. So that average we have to use in the construction of index numbers. And the fifth step is choice of an average. Okay, since index numbers are specialized averages, decisions have to be made as to which particular average should be used for constructing index numbers. The commonly used averages are arithmetic mean and geometric mean. While constructing index numbers, AM is commonly used because it is very simple to calculate. However, as GM is the best average for averaging ratios and relative changes, so it is preferred in construction of index numbers for the sake of greater accuracy and precision. See, so we are collected the price quotations from different places and different agencies. So after collecting the price quotations, the next step is, as you know, index numbers are special type of averages. Okay, so decisions have to be made as to which particular average should be used for constructing index numbers. To find out the average, the commonly used averages are AM and GM. See, while constructing index numbers, so we have to use arithmetic mean. So arithmetic mean is commonly used because it is simple to calculate and easy to understand. So for that purpose, while constructing index numbers, we use arithmetic mean. But GM is the best average for averaging ratios. It is preferred in the construction of index number for the sake of greater accuracy and precision. But for construction of index number, we use AM because it is simple to calculate and easy to understand. So after finding the average or choosing the average, the sixth step is selection of weights. Proper weight should be attached to the various items depending on their relative importance. Generally, weights are quantities of base period or current period or combination of both of them. See, weights is nothing but generally it is quantities based on the relative importance of the commodities. We have to choose the quantity. It may be 50 kg or 100 kg. If suppose quantity we are selected in the current period is, if we choose 100 kg, in base year also we have to choose the quantity is 100 kg. Okay. So the seventh step is selection of suitable formula. Selection of formula is based mainly on the availability of data. While selecting the formula, care should be taken to see that maximum use of the available data is made. See, now we have ready with all the data. The final step is to construct the index number. Okay, for constructing the index number based on the availability of data, we have to choose one formula. So based on that, you have to find the price index number. So based on the available of data, okay, so we have to choose one formula. After choosing the formula, you have to find the price index number. It may be wholesale price index number or retail price index number. Based on the availability of data, you have to choose one formula, then calculate the index number. Okay, so in the next class we are going to discuss, so what are the formulas are there in the index number. So in the next class we are going to study different types of formulas in the construction of index number. Thank you.